All right, so you're ready to pick a real estate brokerage and you don't know what to do. You don't know what questions to ask. You don't know where to go. You don't know if you're gonna get hired or not. And so if you're looking at how do I choose the right real estate brokerage with all this misinformation, just absolute chaos out in the world of what brokerage is the best, stay tuned because I'm gonna share exactly the next steps that you need to take to make sure you choose the right brokerage. All right, guys, so you're ready to choose the real estate brokerage for you. But before I tell you how to do that, and make sure that you guys like, subscribe, hit the smash button all on the like so that way you guys stay tuned for everything Justin Nelson real estate training. But here's the thing, I want to dive in and make this a really quick video. When it comes to choosing a real estate brokerage, I want you to understand one thing, because most people watching this video are probably newer agents that have never selected a real estate brokerage before. One of the biggest misconceptions I had early on, even before I got into the industry, is I thought that you would have to be hired on by that real estate company. I thought the real estate company hired you. And while technically on paper, you become a contractor of that company, the reality is most real estate agent companies are going to take you no matter what. If you are a body, if you breathe, they want you because whether you sell one home or 100, you will make them money. For most real estate companies, you do not cost them a lot of money to be on their staff. And so when it comes to companies like EXP, Keller Williams, Remax, Century 21. Most of these companies are going to take you no matter what. Now that doesn't mean the company's bad at all. Some of those are the best companies in the world. But what we have to understand is you get to make a decision based on what fits your style the best. So what I recommend people do, and I say this as an agent, I currently work at eXp Realty, even though I own Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants that helps hundreds of KW agents, hundreds of Remax agents, hundreds of eXp agents, hundreds of Century 21 agents, I still think that it's best for you to go out and interview several different brokerages. Any person that tells you you should come here and you should only listen to me and take my advice because I know what's best for you, I think is absolutely full of shit, if I'm being honest with you. I think that people that do that have their best interest in mind and they don't truly know what's best for you. Now, with that being said, it's okay for that person or your mentor that you're listening to have some bias, but I think and I know that if what they're offering is superior for you than to others, whenever you do the exploration of all these different companies, most likely you will come to terms and agree with them if it's actually true. However, I think a lot of recruiters do what's best for them and not what's best for you. And so the first few things that I would recommend when you're interviewing real estate brokerages is, first off, you need to find somebody that you align with. I don't care if the real estate broker charges you $100,000 a year, $0 a year. There's a capping system where they charge you $15,000 to $20,000 a year. You need to find people that you align with. People that when you go into the office are going to help you grow. You're going to get fired up and be excited to be at the office with, and that you can learn and work in an environment where these people are your coworkers. They're willing to help you, willing to push you, and not willing to just coddle you, because the real estate industry is one of the hardest industries in the world. And what happens is to most agents, one of two things happen. Number one, they get oversold that the company's got this and that, and they come in and no one helps them. There's no training like there was described. There is no ability to go in and meet with anybody in terms of whether it's virtual or an office, and you just come in and you're on an island. There is nothing worse in the world than that happening. Number two is you do the opposite, is you come in and there's a lot of that environment, but the people aren't people you jive with, right? Even though the company's got a lot of great training, a lot of great culture, maybe the people inside of it just don't jive with you, right? If you're 25 years old and you go into an office and there are a whole bunch of 70 and 80-year-olds, it's nothing wrong with that. They're really smart and wise, but they might not jive with you. You might not get excited to go into the office. If you're 70, 80 years old getting started in real estate, you might not thrive in an office if they're all 25, right? And so you have to first be selfish and look for an environment where you're gonna have training and education, but also be fired up to go in, right? That's why Google, Amazon, Apple, and these companies do so well, is they do a really, really good job of having people come into their organization that fit well among the culture, and those people thrive because their work environment is a work environment of competition, growing, learning, but also desiring to be there around those other people. It sounds so different, right? You think that you need to go to the best company with the best books or the best training and the best this. And as long as you're going to a company that's an established company, you will absolutely be a rock star at that company. So first and foremost, find a place that you like the people that you are aligning yourself with. That's the very first thing. Second thing, know that you are hiring them. They are not hiring you. And so don't be afraid that you're going to be rejected by 5 out of 6 companies and you just need to take the first offer that comes your way. Pretty much every company will offer you something. Now, some companies like Remax and those, sometimes they might have a minimum threshold, or maybe you get charged if you don't do a number of deals. Again, I get there are some companies like that, but a majority of them are not that way. The third thing that I would look for inside of a real estate company is someone that you can grow with, right? Someone that you know that there is a long-term potential. You should be interviewing and asking agents that work at that company, you know, what is your exit plan? How are you gonna exit this business one day? What is your next step? Maybe you walk into an office and you talk to a whole bunch of agents. I know it may be scary, but let's say every agent's just selling 12 homes a year and they've been doing that for the last 10 years. Is that an environment that matches your goals, your destination, and different things like that? Many of you guys know that I work at eXp Realty, and you guys know I used to work at Keller Williams, and most people know that I have offers on the table each and every week to work at different companies. And so when I was choosing a real estate brokerage, I first and foremost, even though I love everything Keller Williams has, I love everything eXp has, heck, I love what Remax has, I had to choose first and foremost, who did I want to align myself with people-wise, and then I would look at the rest as a cherry on top. Because whether I was paying $1,000 a month in brokerage fees, $5,000 a month, or $0 a month, it didn't matter to me because my goals were into the millions of dollars. And so when your goals are in the millions of dollars, you need to have smart mentors and people that you align yourself with first and foremost, because if you do that, whether the brokerage fee is $1,000 a month, $0 a month, $5 a month, a capping system, you know, like eXp or Keller Williams has, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter because you're making so much money and you have an abundance mindset and not a scarcity mindset. So if you guys have any questions about how to choose a real estate brokerage, even though I hang mine in a certain real estate brokerage, still reach out. I will give you the pros and cons of every real estate brokerage out there. And here's the thing, 50% of people, sometimes when I'm on a conversation with them, coming to the brokerage I'm at eXp is not even where you're meant to be at. There are other places that are better for some people. And so if you guys have any questions, I want to be able to answer that for you guys. I have been and taught on over 200 stages in 1 year at some of the largest independent brokerages, at some of the largest Century 21s and Remaxes and KWs. And guess what? I got to see it all, and I got to learn what's going on behind the scenes. So if you come to me, you guys check out the link below. Feel free to jump on my calendar. More than happy to chat with you guys. There's a little bit of a survey asking what are your goals, you know, what do you like, what do you dislike, different things like that. Fill that out, and I'm more than happy to answer that for you guys. But I'm super excited for you guys to look at real estate brokerages. Now, if you guys are like, Justin, I don't even know where to start, here are some of the top companies to start interviewing at. eXp Realty, Keller Williams Realty, Remax, Century 21, ERA. Then there's also a lot of independent brokerages depending on where you're at. Arizona has a lot of independents. I would say interview with as many as possible. So with that being said, guys, make sure that you guys like and subscribe for future videos. If you're watching this, you're just now getting into the heat of real estate. You're just about to get your feet wet. Obviously, I want to help you choose that right real estate brokerage for you. If you guys have any questions, jump on my calendar below. But make sure you guys like and subscribe like I've already said 2 or 3 times, because guess what? It's only getting started, and the reality is your success is dependent on how much you're willing to learn from those that have been there before you. So can't wait to see what you guys end up doing, where you guys end up at. And after you guys do this and choose your real estate brokerage, dive into the rest of our training across this YouTube channel and absolutely go out there and crush it the way you deserve to. So signing off till the next video, Justin Nelson, CEO of Sierra Rocket VA. Go and crush it.